Shalom, welcome back. This is part 10 of our series on the Idra Rabba, the Greater Assembly. In part 9, we entered the mystery of the totality of man. We saw Adam as the complete form, the holy body, the place where upper and lower, male and female, right and left, general and particular, all become gathered into one living structure. Now we reach the end of the Idra Rabba itself, and the ending is not quiet. It is not casual. It is not just Rabbi Shimon closing a book and saying, "We are finished for today." The ending of the Idra is intense. 3 friends die. Angels enter. A heavenly voice speaks. The remaining companions leave with shining faces. Rabbi Abba grieves. Elijah appears. And finally, Rabbi Shimon himself is revealed as Shabbat, the holy seventh, the one from whom the 6 receive their blessing. So part 10 is about the cause of revelation. It is about what happens after the secrets are spoken. It is about the souls who could not return to ordinary life after touching that level of light. Let's begin. The Idra tells us that before the companions even left the chamber, 3 of them died. Rabbi Yosi, son of Rabbi Yaakov, Rabbi Chizkiyah, and Rabbi Yesa. That sentence should make us pause. They did not die years later. They did not die after going home. They died before the gathering ended. The light was still in the room. The words were still vibrating. The atmosphere was still charged from the revelation of Atika Kadisha, Zeir Anpin, Nukva, Adam, Cain, Abel, Seth, and the hidden structures of the divine body. And then their souls departed. The Zohar says the friends saw holy angels carrying them away in a veil. This is not described as a normal death. It is a removal, a lifting. Their souls were taken upward through a holy covering, as if the same veil that usually conceals the upper worlds had now opened to receive them. Rabbi Shimon immediately becomes afraid. And this is one of the most human moments in the whole Idra. Rabbi Shimon is the master. He is the holy lamb. He is the one revealing secrets no one had revealed since Sinai. But when he sees 3 of his friends die, he does not act proud. He does not say, "This proves how powerful my teaching is." He trembles. He cries out and says, "Maybe, heaven forbid, a decree has been made against us because we revealed what was not meant to be revealed." That is the fear of a true mystic. Not fear of being wrong in public, not fear of losing reputation, fear that sacred knowledge may have been opened too far, too fast, too intensely for the vessels present. And then a voice answers him. The voice says, Rabbi Shimon, praise are you, and praise is your portion, and praise are the companions who are with you. Because things have been revealed to you that were not revealed even to the upper hosts. So the deaths were not punishment. They were not failure. They were not a sign that Rabbi Shimon had sinned. The voice explains that the souls of the three friends departed through perfection. They joined with great will, great desire, and great strength at the moment they were taken. This is the first key of part 10. There is a kind of death that is not collapse, but completion. There is a kind of departure where the soul does not fall away from life, but rises through the very light it has received. The Zohar says that while these matters were being revealed, higher and lower beings trembled, and a sound went out through 250 worlds, declaring that ancient matters had been revealed below. Think about that image. One gathering on earth, but 250 worlds respond. One chamber below, but heaven shakes. That is how the Idra wants us to understand Torah secrets. When real secrets are revealed below, the upper worlds do not remain neutral. They feel it. They respond. They tremble. The souls of the three friends left with a kiss. In Jewish mystical language, death by a kiss is the highest kind of departure. It is not violent. It is not force. It is the soul being drawn out by intimacy with the divine. Like a flame leaning toward a greater flame. Like breath returning to breath. This is why the Zohar says they departed while their souls were being sweetened by the teachings. They did not die from terror. They died from sweetness. They were drinking from a light so high that the body could no longer hold the soul in place. Now the remaining companions get up and leave. And everywhere they look, fragrance rises. Their faces are shining so brightly that people cannot look at them. This matters. When a person truly receives holy wisdom, something remains on the face. The teaching does not stay in the intellect. It descends into the countenance. It changes the light around the eyes. It changes the atmosphere around the body. That is why Rabbi Shimon says, from this we learn that the world is being blessed because of us. Not because they are famous, not because people understand them, but because their faces carry the residue of revelation. Then the Idra gives one of its most famous lines. 10 entered, 7 left. 10 companions entered by the assembly. 7 came out alive in the body. But those numbers are not only historical, they are also symbolic. 10 entered because the gathering began as a complete sephirotic structure. 10 companions corresponding to the 10 sephirot, a full spiritual body. 7 left because the revelation had now descended into the 7 lower structures. The 7 lamps, the 7 eyes of Hashem. The 3 who departed were not erased from the structure. They were lifted upward. The 7 who remained became the living continuation below. Rabbi Abba was sad for some days. And again, this is important. The Idra does not pretend that mystical greatness removes grief. Rabbi Abba had just witnessed holiness beyond comprehension, but he still mourned. He still missed his friends. His heart still had to be comforted. One day, he and Rabbi Shimon saw the 3 departed friends being shown treasures and chambers prepared for their honor. They were brought into mountains of pure balsam. And then Rabbi Abba's mind became calm. That is very deep. He was not comforted by an idea. He was comforted by vision. He saw that the 3 were not lost. He saw that they had been received into honor. Then his grief could rest. From that day on, the remaining friends did not leave Rabbi Shimon's house. And when Rabbi Shimon revealed secrets, no one else was present except them. The circle had become smaller, but also more sealed. Before the Idra, there was a gathering of 10. After the Idra, there was a house of 7. Rabbi Shimon calls them the 7 eyes of Hashem. This connects back to Zechariah. Those 7 are the eyes of Hashem that range through all the earth. The 7 companions are not just students anymore. They become eyes, points of perception, living lamps through which the divine watches, illuminates, and blesses the world. Rabbi Abba says, we are 6 candles illuminated from the 7th. And he means Rabbi Shimon is the 7th. The 6 cannot endure except through the 7th. Hesed, Gevurah, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, and Yesod need the 7th, which in this reading is Bina, Shabbat, the place of rest, the source from which the 6 receive blessing. Rabbi Yehuda then calls Rabbi Shimon Shabbat. This is a huge statement. Shabbat is the 7th day, but it is not just the day after the 6th. It is the soul of the 6. All 6 days are blessed from Shabbat. All weekday action receives its inner holiness from the stillness of the 7th. So, to call Rabbi Shimon Shabbat is to say he has become a living 7th, a living source of blessing, a teacher whose stillness feeds the movement of everyone around him. Then Elijah enters the story. Rabbi Shimon wonders why Elijah was not present in the chamber when these holy matters were revealed. And while he is wondering, Elijah arrives with 3 drops of light shining on his face. Rabbi Shimon asks him, why were you not here during this feast prepared for the master? Elijah answers with a story. He says that 7 days before the companions entered the chamber, all those who would be present were chosen before the Holy One. Elijah wanted to be there, but on that exact day, God sent him on a mission to perform miracles for Rav Hamnuna Saba and his friends, who had been trapped because of an informer in the king's palace. Elijah collapses a wall, rescues them, throws them into the valley of Ono, and prepares bread and water for them, because they had not eaten for 3 days. This is not a side story. It reveals something profound. While the highest secrets were being revealed in the chamber, someone else needed saving in the world below. And Elijah had to go there. This means the divine does not abandon practical mercy for mystical revelation. Heaven can be shaking from the Idra, and still God sends Elijah to feed hungry men with bread and water. That is real holiness. Not only light above, rescue below. Not only secrets, bread. Not only angels, water. When Elijah returned, he saw the angels carrying the 3 friends. He asked about them, and the angels told him, "This is the portion of the Holy One from the festivity of Rabbi Shimon and his companions. The 3 departed souls were not casualties. They were the offering of the feast. Then Elijah speaks about crowns. He says that Rabbi Pinhas ben Yair, Rabbi Shimon's father-in-law, was adorned with 50 crowns for Rabbi Shimon's sake. He speaks of the righteous being decorated, especially on the new moon, holidays, and Shabbat. Then he explains that all flesh comes on every new moon and every Shabbat, based on the verse from Isaiah. If even those outside come, then certainly the righteous come. And finally, he says to Rabbi Shimon, "You are the 7th of the 6, and you will be crowned and sanctified more than all the others." These righteous friends will delight in 3 delights: the 3 meals of Shabbat in the world to come because of you. And then comes the final identification. Who is the Holy One of Hashem, called honorable in this world and the world to come? Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai. And that is where the holy Idra Rabba ends. Not with a doctrine, not with a diagram, not with another anatomical secret. It ends with Rabbi Shimon as Shabbat. The whole series has moved from the highest hidden head of Atika Kadisha through the face and beard of Zeir Anpin, through Nukva, Adam, Cain, Abel, Seth, the Nephilim, hidden wisdom, and the structure of men. But the final image is a human being who has become a holy 7th, a living Sabbath, a vessel through which others receive blessing. That is the final teaching. And this is also why the ending feels so practical. After all the highest names and faces, the final question becomes simple. Can your presence give rest? Can your speech bless? Can your silence protect? Can your learning become bread and water for someone who is trapped? That is how the Idra comes down into life, right there on the earth. The goal of mystical wisdom is not to collect secrets. The goal is to become Shabbat, to become a place of rest in a restless world, to become a source of blessing for the 6 days around you, to hold enough stillness that others can move without breaking, to carry enough light that even grief becomes fragrant, even death becomes a scent, even absence becomes service. The Idra began with danger, It ends with sanctification. 10 entered, 7 left, 3 ascended. Elijah served elsewhere. Rabbi Abba was comforted. The friends became eyes. Rabbi Shimon became Shabbat. And the light did not disappear. It continued through the 7, through the house, through the Zohar, through every soul that approaches these teachings with reverence. So, as we close part 10, do not hear this as the end of a story only. Hear it as an invitation. Let the secrets make you quieter. Let the wisdom make you gentler. Let the light make you more useful. Let your life become a small Shabbat for the people around you. Thank you for walking through the Idra Rabba with me. Shalom.